In the original cut of the film, I had Raven's character come back to the mansion and have a scene in the kitchen with the X-Men trying to explain where she's been and the journey she's been on, and how the X-Men are not seeing the true threat to mutant kind that's out there. So the scene was written early on. It really wasn't working for me. And on top of that, I had something on my vocal cord called a contact granuloma. It's sort of like an ulcer. So I actually wasn't able to speak for a number of days, and I had to communicate with the cast and crew through text, which was really cumbersome. So I got so tired of that I eventually found that if you want to speak without having your vocal cords connect, so that to allow the ulcer to heal, you could speak in falsetto. So I began speaking like this: "Hello, how are you? Action, cut," which to me, was necessary, but to the cast made them completely not be able to stop laughing. So this is the result of some of that. It ultimately culminated with me walking in trying to explain to the actors, where her character's coming from and where she feels they're all at in their naivete by basically saying, "You're all living in a fantasy land." And the moment I walked in and said that, sounding like Mickey Mouse, Jennifer Lawrence couldn't quite get a scene for quite a while without laughing. And then here's the resulting scene.
Are you sure you've had enough to eat?
Pause.
Is my favorite singer coming in? Oh, singer.
Cut. If you stop and start, or after action, take a moment each time.
If we made our move now.
Listen to yourself. You're living in a fantasy land. Look at yourself.
Cut.
Well, maybe there wouldn't be so much mutant blood if we made our move now.
Listen to you. Those aren't your words. Those belong to Eric. Besides, you'd be giving Trask exactly what he wants. Giving humanity a reason to hate us, to fear us.
Charles, you're living in fantasy land.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I am going to be able to say it. I'm sorry. I'll say it this time.
Just sit down, please.
Charles, you're living in a fantasy land. God. Okay, no, because it is a good line. It's like in the movie it'll work because they didn't see Brian.
I'm not going to look at you, okay?
Okay. Charles, you're living in fantasy land. Do you honestly think that they need another reason? Do you really think that they'll ever be able to look at me like this and be anything but afraid? Oh, we had to cut?
Shh.
So Eric was telling the truth. It's either me or Trask.
Well, if you kill Trask, there'll be 10 more like him.
Well, then I'll kill them too, and anyone who comes next.
Let's just cut to the chase here. You want to know how all this ends? Because I've seen you in the future.
Yeah? What am I like?
Oh, you're a cold, murderous bitch.
Hey.
Well, don't hold back.
By the time they finish you, and they finish you, you've killed so much you are knee-deep in human and mutant blood, you don't even know who you are.
Well, maybe there wouldn't be as much mutant blood if we made our move now.
These are Eric's words, not yours. Besides, you'd be giving Trask exactly what he wants. A reason for humanity to fear, to hate us.
You think they need a reason? Do you honestly think they'll ever be able to see me like this and feel anything but fear? You can't even look at me.
That is not true.
I can hide like you, but what about the ones who can't? I saw them in Vietnam. It's hard to hide your powers when you're getting shot at. And the ones that couldn't hide became lab rats for Trask.
I will never let that happen to you. I made you a promise a long time ago that I would keep you safe, that I would protect you. If I'd have done my job, perhaps none of this would be happening to us. Perhaps you wouldn't have left home.
I I couldn't stay here forever, Charles.
And why not?
That's why.
I'm sorry.
And it's not me that you should be worrying about. Eric is gonna start that war whether you like it or not.
Well, how do you know?
He told me.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
When was the last time you changed your bandage? On your leg?
Hank is going to see to your leg. Hank, yes, you are. You need some rest, my girl.
I'm not your girl.
You will find your room just as you left it. Hank, go.
Charles, I don't...
You know you want to. Go on.
I don't blame Eric for trying to kill me. I would have done the same thing.
Go on, Hank. She's home.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to save her.
Men who try to do that to women, in my experience, doesn't end well. You're gonna drive her away.